So obviously, these are our core members, veterinary doctors, at work this morning. So they've been able to partially condemn a liver. And obviously, this is a fasciolosis case. So this is the liver of a cow. So they've been able to trim out the affected part of the liver, and this is condemned, and we're going to confiscate it and destroy it appropriately after work.
This is a sign of what we do.
Yeah, what of course, to ensure food safety.
This year is saying veterinarians, guidance of food and health. You see, by cutting off this, shows that we are inspecting the meat you eat, and what gets to the table, what gets to the market. Yes. This is what veterinarians do. Come with us, shall we?
So you can see a bull being walked into the slaughter hall. So this is our slaughter hall. As possible, here in our abattoir, we try to separate the clean area where only meat is processed in this. You can see it's just blood and water. So basically, we try to move the rumen across so that it doesn't come so much in contact. So that it doesn't come so much in contact with the meat during processing. So we try our best to try to separate those activities. Since we don't waste, we still dress on the ground like this. And you can see we try to enforce the use of uniform to improve hygiene, and even boots for the workers. So this is a bull that just came in. So obviously we have inspected this antemortem. We have done antemortem inspection. So here in Karu Abattoir, one thing that is peculiar about us is that we slaughter very healthy bulls. Minimal of, we rarely slaughter sick animals or whatever. So you can see the bull now is about to be slaughtered. So obviously the blood itself, as we know, is a good source of protein.
Yeah.
So you can see people around trying to collect the blood for processing. As you know, is a halal method that we use in Nigeria. You can see it's only the malam that can slaughter. So that helps to bring some amount of control, because if we allow anybody to just slaughter anyhow, we will not have that control. So it's only specific people that can slaughter the animal.
Ni na kai shekara 25. Na kai shekara 25 na wannan aiki. Kuma alhamdulillah mun gode ma Allah tunda aikin nan ba mu cewa komai. Ana yin yanda ya dace, mu ma muna yin yanda ya dace. Kamar yadda muka samu waɗanda suke na baya sun gama lafiya, mu muna roƙon Allah ya sa mu yi mu gama lafiya. Allah ya raba mu da kowa lafiya a nan wurin, fatan mu kenan na alkhairi. I'm a slaughter man.
So we are driving towards a situation where once the rumen is removed, it's put directly into a container and taken out. It doesn't have contact with anywhere on the ground. So this is where we are driving towards. But it's not fully 100% yet. But hopefully, in a short while, we are driving towards. Once the rumen is removed, it's put into something like this and just taken out, either wheelbarrow or something, so that we don't have any rumen content on floor. So, but we're not there yet. But this is where we intend to be. And also, these are some of the blood collected for processing. Yeah, these are some of the blood collected for processing.
Sorry, I didn't hear you well.
Blood collected for processing.
Okay, for processing.
For processing, yes. For blood meal. And it's a good source of protein.
Okay, so far so good. It's been a really nice experience coming in to look out and to make sure that we we inspect the meat and make sure that every meat that lives here is fit for human consumption.
For me, I'm very glad that I get to be a part of the move that is able to make sure that there is wholesome meat for every individual in this our country. We know the importance of it, and we are very glad that we have to be a part of this.
Hi, so I'm very glad I got to work here. So actually, when I did graduate, I always wanted to work in an abattoir, so I know what the experience was like. Because where I schooled, they mostly focus on small animals. So here I got to know, I got to have experience concerning large animals and One Health and everything. So far I've been so happy working here.
So these are our core members. They are a member of a whole team. Yeah, we have about 11 staff working in this facility. So 11 staff with the level of our activity, the number of animals we slaughter every day, they might not be enough to actually take care of the workload. So because of that, we have 4 members. That's NYC corpers serving in FCT. We get some veterinary doctors mostly to support our activity here in the abattoir. So they strengthen the workforce and they help to ensure that all animal slaughters are properly inspected before the meat can leave the facility.
My name is Rabi. I am secretary for Inside Slaughter Hall. Here we are butchering cow here. Then we are the leader inside slaughter. The challenge in the way we have, you understand, bari mai da Hausa koi saboda shi wannan yaje challenging din da muke samu kamar wajen aiki ne ko yaya.
Generally,
challenging din da muke samu a game da wajen aikin mu akwai abubuwa da dama wanda muke so gwamnati ta taimaka mana da shi. Wajen kamar cikin hall din slaughter daidai bakin gwargwado shugabannin da muke da su yanzu especially ma manager yana kokari amma akwai mo abubuwa da muke nema daga wajen gwamnati ta taimaka mana kamar irin ramuka haka da flow din cikin kwata da muke aiki da shi ma an kuka kula akwai waje da ya faffashe wanda in mutum ya sa kafa yakan iya faduwa ya zo ya ji ciwo. To muna nema a wajen gwamnati da Allah ta taimaka ta mana wannan abubuwa da wuta ya inganta ruwa duk muna buƙatar wannan abubuwa.
Good morning. So like he rightly introduced himself, this is Malam Rabiu, this is Malam Danjuma. They are leaders within the slaughter hall. They run like a slaughter company where the owner of the animal just hand over the animal to them and they process. They have their workers. So they help to keep the place very organized. And whenever, even the issue of uniform, the issue of maybe separating clean and unclean environments, activities, they help a lot to ensure that because they control the majority of the workforce within. So speaking about challenges, as he mentioned, that we have some provision of water, but we need more provision of water, maybe to be at both ends. Then he spoke about the issue of lights, so that we can be able to pump water enough, so that, because water is hygiene and we need as much water as can be provided. Then he spoke about the look of the place. He's begging for renovation. Any place where you carry out this kind of level of activity, you need to maintain it from time to time. So now there are some holes where before there will be rodents and everything. So the place requires a lot of renovation. So that's why he's speaking about. And part of the challenges again they are facing here, the cost of animals currently, the cost of transportation. So even the number of animals coming in has greatly reduced. You get a cow for 2 million, 3 million now. Even a kilo of meat now is 8,000 naira. So even the purchasing power is down. So to them is a challenge because the number of slaughter is down. Their activity is low now. It's at the minimum. So we just pray for better economic condition. This is a case of fasciola, which is a worm, a trematode worm. Even though not zoonotic, but of course, it's not okay for human to go and consume something like this. So obviously, we have to ensure that we trim the fasciola tract and evacuate whatever is inside related to the disease. So definitely before we can now pass what is left of the liver. At times even we condemn the whole liver if the whole liver is affected. where we slaughter. Here, you can see the collection of blood here. This is where we slaughter. So, and you know, in Africa, we like to eat our goat roasted. That's the challenge. It affects the hide industry. You know, we lose skin from that particular habit of ours where we want to eat the goat roasted with the skin. But that's what it is, right? So this is where we slaughter. So I think even a month ago, if you had come here, you will see a lot of use of tire for processing. So by God's grace and serious interaction and engagement, we are at the level where we even allow somebody to sell firewood there. Probably you can see it from here, just to make it very close to them and there won't be any excuse. So for now, the use of tire is being brought down to the barest minimum. I think about maybe 5% now. And even anybody that does that will do it hiding, you know, so it's not done openly anymore. And of course, we know the implication of use of tire, you know, is carcinogenic and it can affect human health and cause very serious health issues for humans. So to us, it's a very, very important policy we are trying to implement in Karu Abattoir right now. But again, we have the challenge where there are many competing illegal slaughter places. Even some are even government owned, like in Mararaba close to us. And when you go there, anything goes. Even the water they use is a stream water they used to wash. So the sad thing that might happen is that they will leave us and go to those places, and those meat will still end up in FCT. So that's why we are not using much of coercion. We're doing a lot of engagement. We don't want them to leave to illegal places. We'd rather have them here and they work under the much we can be able to do for now, you know, until we can gradually add one or two things till we are where we want to be. But again, if they're going to go to these illegal places and still come, the meat will still come back to FCT, then work done is zero. We'll still end up consuming those meats. As it stands now, about 40 to 60% of the meat we consume in FCT is not being processed in FCT. There is a suleja that they process about 1,000 animals from what I'm hearing every day. So you can imagine where the bulk of that meat is going to come to. So, and as it stands right now, again, we don't have any law that actually stops meat from going from one state to another in Nigeria. So probably the only option, the average here is about 60 to 80 per day, yeah. On very busy day, even 100 and above. So as it stands now, there is no law that stops meat from moving from one state to the other. The only thing we probably can do is to do a reinspection while they are coming into FCT, which is part of what we are planning now, to have a surveillance team that can man all these entry points in FCT.
My name is Nvma. I'm starting working in Abattoir here 1997. From my experience, there before we are using tires, roasting this our work. We are using tires. So because the issue of the tires, they move us from Gariki to here. We come here, still continue using with the tires. But where order come from FCDA, they will start changing. There, they are fighting, start using the tire. All the government, doctors, also, they still bought the police here. Even the army come here because of this issue of tire. But now, I thank God, even me where they do this work, issue of this tire, the tire, it has an effect. You see, because I know how much I spend in hospital in Kefi. You see, long time, every 2 times in a month, sometimes once in a month. But as of now, all my race here, I go to hear something pain. I understand, but as of now, I'll start using firewood. So I thank God that everything is going normal according to. Even though I see any person who is putting tire, the person hiding. They can't do it as they do it before. Even now, have a police, 2 police working here as of now. You see, so I thank God that me, I want me change. If that same change can pass this one, I need it from government.
I am even here to talk to you people is this. I want to commend you, one. I want to tell you that we are happy. The last time I came here, I know how this place was. I know the number of tire that was being used to roast. I remember very well. In fact, if it is that time, we won't even be standing here now. I lie? No. We won't be standing here. We will not stand here now. They talk, man. Ama abundena gani yo. What I am seeing today, I am impressed. I am so impressed. And you see, what will they do now? Now, for your health, for my health, ko ba haka ba ne abun da muna cin it is what is reflecting in the kind of health we are going to have. Since you have complied to a greater extent, I'm telling you, I am so happy coming here today, and I can stand freely and breathe.
Thank you.
I commend you people.
Thank you very much.
I commend you people. I commend you people. And look, we may not have all it takes, but we are going to somewhere. By God's grace, we will improve more. We will improve more.
Amen.
And we will improve more. You too, you. Zakujidadi, mukmazamujidadi. Koba hakabane. Koba hakabane. And as we have come here today, and we have appreciated you people for what you are doing, more will come to make your work easier.
Amen.
I know we are planning something. Very soon from now, we will call all of you. All of us will sit down and we'll find out. You go tell us your challenges. Abunde kuna facing. Koba hakabane. Then abunde za imuku to make sure that your work is easier and is better. Koba hakabane. Thank you as you have promised and as you have complied to make sure that what we eat is healthy. Nobody like that. Yes.
These are organs that we have condemned today. You can see this lung now is CBPP. CBPP is contagious bovine pneumonia. It's not really zoonotic, but again, the organ is bad.
Yeah.
So we cannot allow any organ that has lost its pathological, physiological state to go into the meat value chain at all. So this is some part of the liver too that we have been able to trim. So this one now is here. We are going to make sure that before the end of the day we incinerate it properly.
Before they go back.
Yes, of course. We have to, under supervision, we will make sure that these things are properly destroyed so that it doesn't get into the meat chain at all. Yeah, so this is where they sell head and leg and the cow tail. And I would like particularly to commend this particular people that does this business. This is what Unity can do. They just came to me, got approval to improve the place they are doing their business. And this is better. They are planning to tile this. This is better. So this is because they are united and they realize that this is where they are making money. You cannot wait for government for everything. And even the customers, when they come, they will be more satisfied seeing this kind of a thing. So recently they just renovated. And you can see the whole place is not bad. It might not be perfect, but it's not bad looking. Yeah, so I wanted him to even speak to the chairman. But I think he's within the slaughter hall.
You can talk to
Yes. So this is where they sell the head and leg. And I like this particular section for their unity.
Sunana Bello Kabo. Ni ne alƙali a wannan wurin masana'anta ta sai da kawunan shanu. Ƙalubalen mu shine harkoki na wasu basussun haka da kayayyaki da ake kawowa. Wannan abubuwan yana ci mana tuwa kwarya, kayan mu baya daraja. To shine babban matsalar mu. Saboda haka muna kira ga ciyamomi na butchers na Abattoir gaba daya su kokari kayayyakin da ake kawo mana shi daga waje, fata da sauran kawuna haka yana kawo kayan mu baya daraja. Saboda haka ina kira ga ciyamomi da sarakunan fawa na Abuja su kokari wannan abubuwa a datse mana shi dan shi ke kawo mana koma baya game da kasuwancin mu na Abuja. Shine kawai. Assalamu alaikum. Wannan sana'a ita ta haife ni. Yawwa, uwa da ubaye ita ta haife ni. Yawwa, ita ta haife ni. No, na yin bomi. Da make na yin bomi. Shekara na kai 30 da wani abu na kasuwanci wannan. Na kai 30 da wani abu na wannan kasuwa. Yawwa.
So when somebody will bring something from another place, slaughtered maybe in an illegal place, do you know if that animal is stolen? So it's making them not to get a good sale for their own, because those ones will come cheaper. Obviously, because maybe it's a sick animal, or the animal is a stolen animal or something. So that's a challenge. So the movement of meat around Nigeria is something that we need to really look at. So meaning that we need to put in a policy that can ensure standard across board. And animals should not just be processed just anywhere. You understand? So that at least we can have a fair and level playing ground. If not, the people that are doing the right thing too will be tempted to go and do those illegal things to make more money. Sharp practices. Yeah, I cannot remember the exact year where when this market was created, but I think it was created for us to have a market that will be close to the ideal, because meat safety, safety of meat, it doesn't end with processing alone. It continues through the transportation, then also where you're going to sell the meat. And as you know, in Nigeria, we consume what they call hot meat, not meat that has been frozen or refrigerated. We consume hot meat. So now where you sell the meat is very, very important. And this place is somehow ideal within the Karu meat market, where you can see the guy has taken an initiative to do a proper tile, meaning that he can do a proper cleaning, So we encourage this, and we are pushing for most of these people to move away from the wooden type of wooden space of selling meat. They should move towards this kind of arrangement where the place is easily cleanable and it's very neat. So these are the kind of standards we are trying to enforce within Karu facility generally.
So my name is Dr. Abattoir. I'm the Vice Chairman of the FCT Nvma, and as you know, we're here in line with the World Veterinary Day to showcase to the world what's going on in Abattoir in Karu, which is under the jurisdiction of the FCT that we represent. So that's what we're doing here, and then you can see we've been going around and then trying to see if there's any improvement. I understand that another government came some years ago, and from what I'm hearing now, from all indication, I'm also not new to the Abattoir, because once in a while I come here to buy meat, but it's been quite a long time. And I can say that between that last time and now that I came, there's a lot of improvement. But sincerely, we still have a long way to go. We still have a lot that we can work on. And life is dynamic in itself. We keep evolving every day. So I want to commend the FCT government first, under the watch of our comrade minister, Mr. Wike, or Barrister Wike, and then the Abattoir management. I mean, you can see the doctor, the manager of the Abattoir, is been fantastic, and so I want to commend what they've been able to do, but I want to also appeal that a lot still need to be done, because the idea of thank God the theme of this year's World Veterinary Day is veterinarians' guidance of food and health, and that speaks a lot. What that means is that we are in charge of ensuring that the food we eat is healthy. That's our responsibility, that the food we eat is healthy, and what that means is from where they are produced, brought to this place, slaughtered, processed, and when it ends up on a man's table or kitchen, we want to make sure that that meat is healthy for everybody. And like the man said that time when we went to where they flay, that's where they roast the meat. One of the effects of roasting with tire, if it's not, or meat not properly roasted, is that we have a lot of carcinogenic issues coming in. And if you don't know what that means, a lot of people will be coming down with cancer. Who knows? Maybe this is one of the ways. Okay, so once we carry out our responsibility, we do our own job, then whatever happens, we know that that's the way God has decided that to be. But let's not be quick to say that's the way God wants it, when we can actually do a lot. So I want to appeal to the government to please continue to do what they are doing, so that they can uplift and upgrade, uplift the image and upgrade this abattoir.
My name is Dr. Sherifat Balogun, and I work with the FCTA ARDS. I've worked in the abattoir for a period of almost 3 years, and my experience has been filled with challenges and life-changing experiences, let me say. So the abattoir represents a big part in the meat industry, the meat processing industry, how we get our animals, prepare them, slaughter them, and then move them into the markets. But each and every step that we come to is full of challenges. We need a multi-stakeholder change within the meat processing sector in Nigeria. We veterinarians of the FCT, where I serve as the Secretary General, are ready to partner with anyone who is ready to work with us We must make great changes in the abattoir and meat processing system. We must ensure that there's proper surveillance and that nobody gets to die as consuming a tuberculosis meat, brucellosis infected meat, and a parasitic infected meat. We can't do this alone as veterinarians. We need everyone to come on board.
My name is Dr. Chinemeka Joe Irobe, and I am the chairperson, Nigerian Veterinary Medical Association, FCT chapter. We are here today, I'm glad. Let me start by saying the theme for World Veterinary Day this year is captivating. What is this theme? Veterinarians, guardians of food and health. It gives me joy. Why? It is a time to showcase to the whole world that if the veterinarians get it right from the farm to the table, from the abattoirs, from the slaughterhouses to the markets to our table, then our food will be wholesome if we get it right. That's why it's giving me joy. And I am very glad because I know I've visited this Karu Abattoir before, and what we saw compared to what I'm seeing today, I will say to a greater extent there is improvement, but there is still room for more improvement. So we are using this avenue to cry to the world, to Nigeria, to the government. Let's look inwards and know what we will do to give the whole world, our people, wholesome meal. Be it meat, be it egg, be it milk, be it chicken, beef, be it goat meat, whatever. If we get it right from the farm to our market to the table, it will be right. And what am I saying? If we watch these days, we'll find out that in this whole world, this antimicrobial resistance is trending. What can we do? That's why we are here today. We have supervised how they inspect these animals to ensure that so and so things are not there, so that we can give you wholesome meats. Please come, let's collaborate. One health concept is what we have in mind. Both be it the environmental, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Livestock and Livestock Development, even to a greater extent, Ministry of Agri, because we still have so many things running together. Please, let's come together and ensure that our nation is healthy. With us doing what we are supposed to do, and you partnering with us, do what you are supposed to do, I assure you our nation will be healthy. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
My name is Dr. Abu Ebenezer. I'm the Publicity Secretary, Nigerian Veterinary Medical Association, FCT chapter. We are celebrating the World Veterinary Day, and the central message is veterinarians are guardians of food and health. I have spent some time in the abattoir, and we see what veterinarians do, meat inspection, getting to make sure that the meat that gets to the market is safe and healthy for the citizens. So we are calling on every partners, everybody involved in One Health, in policy making, come together so that we can make food processing safer for Nigerians and for all. Thank you so much.
World Veterinary Day 2026. Veterinarians, guardians of food and health.